Swadikap, welcome back to Strike Edition. This video, we're gonna be talking about One Friday Fight number 114. Normally, I don't talk about One Friday Fight, but this is a special occasion. This is probably one of the most exciting One Friday Fight series I have seen, and I highly recommend you to watch this specific card, even though a lot of the fighters here are not actually a contracted fighter. First of all, you have Felipe Lobo versus Kulabdam. I'm a big fan of Felipe Lobo. He's fighting at the highest level in the bantamweight division. And then you have Seksan versus Muang Thai. Seksan is one of the most entertaining fighters you've seen. Fighting with Muang Thai that could go either way. I think it can be a really entertaining fight. Sangatit versus Sir Black. International audience might not have heard of both of these fighters before. Sir Black is a One Friday Fight fighter. He has been having a tough run so far, but he's trying to come back. And Sangatit is one of the more famous fighters in the Thailand community. He's an ex-boxer, have a really good career, and now he's back doing Muay Thai, kickboxing. The next one we have is Botatol versus Iliev Abdelali. So Botatol is also really famous in Thailand. This guy just crossed over from one of the bigger organizations in the local scene, which is Thai Fight, and now he has entered to One Championship. So a lot of Thai fans are really anticipating that this is going to be a really amazing debut for him. Next, we have Panpayak versus Aslam John Orikov. Panpayak is also one fighter that is famous in Thailand. He used to be like a 3 consecutive Best Fighter of the Year award, which is not something you get to see often. He might be the only one. I'm not sure on the fact there. And then after that, you got Gongchai, Kompet. I don't really know too much about these two guys. You have Shad Payak versus Ramadan. Ramadan has been thought to be a really interesting fighter. He's most famous for his sparring video when he was a kid. If you watch like Nick Akin interview with Alif, the Ramadan has been mentioned, and a lot of the strawweight fighter has been eyeing this guy that he might be the next strawweight fighter that get to be put in like a proper One Championship contract. Next one, Junis versus Richard Shao. Don't really know these two guys. But the last one is what I am super excited about. Is Nadeka Yoshinari versus Banlulo. So Nadeka is probably the best Muay Thai fighter fighting of Japan. And if you have heard, the most recent news, they have announced that 173 is going to be held at Japan. So looking at this card, there's a really good chance that Nadeka will take this fight, get a win against Bandulo to just build up his name in the One Championship scene just a little bit more. Then in Japan, he gonna get to fight for potentially the first atomweight men Muay Thai belt in One Championship. Which means that in this video, I will be first going over Felipe Lobo versus Kulabdam. Then I will probably make another video for Nadeka and Banlulo. So this is my first time predicting a One Friday Fight series. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's get into Felipe Lobo versus Kulabdam. Felipe Lobo is the current ranked 3 contender for the bantamweight Muay Thai title. This man had had an opportunity to fight with Jonathan Haggerty for the title belt, and he have faced them all the amazing fighters in the bantamweight division, whether it's gonna be Nabil Anand, Sema Page, Haggerty, Nong O. So in terms of his experience and the name of the fighter that he have fought with so far, he is definitely a level above Kulabdam. But this is also mean that if Kulabdam managed to beat Lobo, there's a really high chance that Kulabdam can finally earn the $100,000 contract and get to fight in the bigger event in One Championship. So Kulabdam has have a few shots. One have sent in someone like Nong O and Nabil to fight with Kulabdam before. He didn't manage to get a contract by beating those guys. Kulabdam has always been fighting in One Friday Fight, aside from one Fight Night series fighting with John Lineker. But other than that, most of his fighters are not going to be as tough as the people that Felipe Lobo have faced. And on that topic, I will talk about the attribute and record of this fighter. At the moment, Felipe Lobo is 32 years of age and 175 cm tall, making him 6 years older than Kulabdam and 7 cm taller. We just have to hope that the age difference doesn't do too much here. 6 years is a decently big gap. Felipe is in his 30s, Kulabdam in his 20s. So you could say there's some advantage there for Kulabdam. 7 cm apart, that is also going to be an advantage, but this time for Lobo. And Lobo record is a little bit shaky right now. 7 fight, 4 wins, 3 losses, 2 finishes. In his previous 3 fights, he has lost both of them to Nabil and Haggerty, but he did get a really nice win against Sema Page. Then on the other side, you look at Kulabdam. Kulabdam have had 16 fights in One Championship, 10 wins and 5 losses with 60% finish rate. So Kulabdam record is gonna look a lot better than Felipe Lobo for the reason that I have mentioned, where Kulabdam fighter fighting in Run Friday fight is not gonna be as tough as Lobo. You have to keep that in mind on the level opponent they are facing. If you look into it a bit more, you will see that Kulabdam had lost to Nabil Anan and Nong O, the same two people that beat Felipe Lobo. Kulabdam has lost to Semapesh, Muang Thai, Lord Lake and Semapesh, two people that Felipe Lobo have beaten before. So that's why I still believe that record-wise, even though the number doesn't really look advantages for Felipe Lobo, I still think the quality of the number, Felipe Lobo still have the advantage here. Now we move on to the style of the fighter. So Felipe Lobo is a orthodox style. He can be calm, he can be collected, and he can be vicious and powerful at the same time. You have seen Felipe Lobo fighting style change a bit. If you watch the one where he fight with Jonathan Haggerty, you will see that he was going in the very first round, trying to finish off Haggerty. He was a lot more ruthless. He was a lot more hot-headed, dropping his guard, going for the body, going for the head, switching everything up, and giving a really troubling time to Haggerty. So his most recent fight against Semapesh, we see a Felipe Lobo in a very different light. Felipe Lobo was a lot slower. He's trying to stay calm, picking his opponent apart from the outside, and find the right moment to go all in and finish off Semapesh in the final round. So that difference aside, right, what can we see from Felipe Lobo game? Felipe Lobo have a good right kicking game. He used it a lot against Semapesh. It is good on keeping up his scorecard in the earlier round. He didn't outkick Semapesh, but it was there and it was decently effective. Same for his tip. But the Felipe Lobo that we know and love have that power in his hand. He got a heavy left hand and a heavy right hand. What I like the most about Felipe Lobo game is his left hook. He used his left hook to shake his opponent once he rushed into his range. And of course, he have the right hand that is really strong. He like to string up his combination with both of his hand, go right, go left. Mostly his combination are gonna be more on a looping punches side, more on right hook, left hook. And he's the kind of fighter that can turn it up in an instant. He have that switch that he could turn on to go onto frenzy mode. He did that on Semapesh in the very final round. He did that on Haggerty in the first and the second round, which is why he is a really dangerous fighter to go against. And then you have Kulabdam. Kulabdam is a southpaw fighter, which means this matchup gonna be a southpaw versus orthodox. That is always fun to see. Kulabdam is really careful and defensive. He would start the game just throwing leg kick, some head kick, some body kick, using his left side. If you listen to Kulabdam kick, it is not something you want to just stand there and take it. He like to take it slow in the very first round, just move backward and try to set up his power left hand. There's a few combinations that he like to do. First of all, if the opponent is a kicker, he would wait for his opponent to kick his open side, block with his left hand, catch the kick using his right hand, adjust the kick to the side, pull the opponent in, and smack them with his overhand left. You have seen him implement this strategy a bunch of times. He doesn't have to always pull it, he just have to grab your kick, set you off balance, and throw him his powerful left hand. Other ways that he set up his left hand is using his right hand as a distractor. A lot of interaction that he initiate, he would always have his right hand up high, throwing in feint jab, putting that right hand out there to distract his opponent, measure the distance, so that he can follow up with a power left kick or a power left hand. You see him time and time again using his right hand that way, and because he is so well known to be such a powerful left hand knockout machine, a lot of people kind of scared to engage with him. So a tricky fighter to fight with, and this gonna bring me to some part of the game where I believe Felipe Lobo and Kulabdam can exploit each other's fight style. Let me start off with how Felipe Lobo can exploit Kulabdam's style. So I see that Kulabdam has a tendency to drop his guard when he go in for his low kick. The way that Kulabdam emphasized on adding a lot of power into his kick, mean that he's gonna be swinging a lot when he kick. And from what I can see, is a perfect opportunity for Felipe Lobo to quickly close the distance. Every time he see Kulabdam trying to go for the kick, he might have to eat that leg kick, but in turn, he will be able to land a really nice left hook onto Kulabdam. And similarly, Kulabdam have a habit of catching the opponent kick. So when Kulabdam see his opponent coming in with a right kick to his open side, he was ready his left arm to block the opponent, catch the kick using his free right hand. This means he completely bring down his guard on the right side, which create a perfect opportunity for the opponent. In the case for Felipe Lobo, I think it's really good if he could fake his body kick, make Kulabdam drop his guard, he could switch it up and immediately go for a left hook right clean on Kulabdam. So I really believe that Felipe left hook game could be a game changer in this fight, and it's gonna really depends on what kind of fighter he want to show himself to be. If he fight way that he fight with Simapage, I believe there's a good chance that he could win this fight if he decide to trade, go in, drop all his guard, ripping to body, ripping to the head. Like when he fight with Jonathan Haggerty, might be a bit tougher. But anyway, that's bring me to something that Kulabdam could potentially exploit Felipe Lobo. I believe Kulabdam has to pressure Lobo early on and force him to go on a trade with him. He have to bait out Felipe Lobo crazy frenzy type of movement, bring out the side of Lobo where he drop all his guard, go in for a trade, swinging everywhere, and hoping to knock his opponent out. If Kulabdam is able to do that early on, he can play into his strong backward game, wait until Felipe Lobo slow down and lose his gas tank, and that is when Kulabdam is gonna be in his element, set up his left hand, and try to just sleep Felipe Lobo in order for him to finally earn his $100,000 contract. So in my opinion, this fight really depends on what kind of game plan Felipe Lobo wants to bring into a fight, and is any of them gonna make any mistake at all? Cause I believe both of them have the knockout power to send each other to sleep. So after everything I've talked about, who do you think is going to win, Lobo or Kulabdam? In my opinion, I am leaning toward Felipe Lobo right now, knowing that he is able to change as a fighter and adapt like the fight with Semapage. And if he is able to spot the flaw that Kulabdam have, incorporate that beautiful left hook into his game plan, I think Felipe Lobo have a really good shot of winning this fight, which of course doesn't mean that Kulabdam have no chance, cause Kulabdam know as long as he land that left hand on Lobo, there's a chance that Lobo can go to sleep at any time. And that's everything that I have to say for this video. So see you in the next video for Nadaka versus Balilo. Thanks for watching and see you there.